I found out on a Wednesday, not by accident, by curiosity. My son had left his old phone charging on the kitchen counter. It buzzed once, then again. When I glanced at the screen, I saw her name, my sister. A message preview. She still doesn't suspect a thing. Your wife's just the money machine. Then my husband's reply. Tell the kids to delete the camera footage from yesterday. She checks everything. My world didn't shatter. It went silent, like the calm before a hurricane. He always said I worried too much, always laughed when I locked the accounts, double-checked bills, watched security cameras at night. Relax, Emma, he'd say, half smiling. You're safe with me. I believed him, because for 15 years he'd made me feel like I was. He'd proposed in the rain. Cliché, I know. My sister filmed it, crying. Back then, I thought she adored me. I thought we were unbreakable, all of us, family. But some people love you only as long as you're useful. And I'd been very useful. I built his business from scratch. I handled the finances, investments, clients. Every success he flaunted had my fingerprints on it. And in return, I got smiles, promises, and empty affection rehearsed like lines from a cheap play. That night, after I read those messages, I didn't scream, I didn't cry. I backed up the entire phone. Every message, every picture, every call log. Then I went to our bedroom and watched him sleep beside me, peacefully, like a man with no conscience. I memorized his face, the soft breathing, the faint snore, the mask of innocence. By morning, I was someone else. For 3 weeks I played the part, the perfect wife, the clueless sister. I packed lunches, hosted dinners, smiled for pictures. But behind the curtain, I moved quietly. I started by emptying the accounts. Small transfers at first, disguised as business expenses. He never noticed. He trusted me with the books. Next, I called the bank, claimed lost cards, and rerouted everything into a separate account in another city under my maiden name. Then I sold the house. He'd listed it once before, secretly. I found the paperwork months ago. So I signed it under the same realtor, closed the deal fast, and let him believe the paperwork was routine refinancing. By the time he realized, there'd be nothing left. The hardest part was my children. I couldn't let them become pawns. So I told them the truth. Not all at once, but in pieces they could carry. My son cried when he realized what his father had asked him to do. Delete the footage, he whispered, disgusted with himself. I thought it was just something stupid. I told him it wasn't his fault. None of it was. Then I asked him for one last favor. We re-uploaded the deleted security footage, all of it, to the cloud. And I added the messages, photos, audio files. Evidence so detailed, no one could deny it. The night before I left, I cooked dinner like usual. Steak, his favorite. He poured himself wine, smiled across the table, and asked, "You've been quiet lately. Everything okay?" I looked him in the eyes and said, "Perfect." And it was, in my own way. The next morning, I was gone. By the time he woke, the house was empty, the closets bare, the bank accounts silent. But the town wasn't. Every neighbor, every friend, every business associate, they all woke up to an email from me. Subject line, "The truth about Daniel and Claire." Attached were the screenshots, the videos, the proof. Even the messages where they mocked me, planned vacations with my money, laughed about how easy it was. By noon, everyone knew. By evening, their faces were everywhere, whispered about, pitied, condemned. He called me, dozens of times. I never answered. But I listened to the voicemails. In the first one, he was angry. In the 5th, he was crying. In the 10th, he said he'd change. In the last one, he just said my name, softly. "Emma, please." Funny how quiet guilt sounds when it finally learns to speak. I watched the chaos unfold from a hotel balcony 2 cities away. The sale from the house cleared that morning. I booked one-way tickets for the kids and me to Italy, a place we dreamed of but never visited because money was tight. It never had been, not for him. Sometimes I wonder if he sits alone now, trying to rebuild from the ashes, if my sister still calls him, or if shame keeps them apart. But it doesn't matter. They burned everything we had. I just made sure the fire was visible to everyone else. People say revenge consumes you. Maybe. But sometimes it frees you. He called me the money machine. He forgot one thing. Machines can be unplugged.